Have anything to talk about tonight? Oopsies. All right. Let me get situated here. This little gnat flying around my head is really starting to piss me off. Where the fuck they're all coming from? No, I don't even know if this is real water or if it's crap. It's like real water. If it kills my bamboo plant, then I know it wasn't. Alrighty. It's been a week already. It's just barely started. Alright, so I'm getting set up here. We'll give it a minute. Try to figure everything out. Oh. I'm really hoping I can kill this gnat. Anyway. Okay, so it is Friday, your WriterSanctuary podcast. I'm still working on an intro, but I'm going to try my best to wing it. Got him! One of them. There's two. One down. One to go. Anywho. So yeah. Little bastard. Okay, so we're going to give it a few minutes. I wonder if I should start the streams about 15 minutes early. Or maybe I should just start recording the podcast at like... There's two. The little pleasures I get in life. Maybe I should start recording the podcast at like 7:15. Give us 15 minutes to get set up and situated. And, yeah. I'm going to try this all by my lonesome tonight. So, hopefully, it goes well. We're crossing our fingers. I think I've got everything good to go. So, I've got... Hey, Patrick, how's it going? So, here in a few minutes, we're going to be talking about how much time you really have throughout the day. That's one thing that doing this 30 days of blogging has taught me, is that I need to fine-tune my time management skills. I didn't shave my freaking... Oh, there's three? Another gnat? I have no idea where they're coming from. There's nothing in the house. Oh, there's those vegetables in the kitchen, though. Oh, fucker. Come on. Nope. Anywho. God, that's gonna bug me too. Like I got a few hairs coming down, hit my lip, and it's really bugging. I'll grab the lighter and burn them off. Wouldn't be the first time. Anywho, I was saying is I gotta fine tune my time management skills. I've been handling everything okay, but not as well as I could be. There's a lot of things I had to postpone because I didn't have enough time. Especially in the mornings, because like I try to get up at 6 a.m. and then I try to down my bottle of Emerge, and then I have a protein shake before I go to the gym. Now, ideally, I would like to leave here at about 6:45. It gives me 7 to 10 minutes to walk to the gym, work out for 40 minutes, and then walk back. Puts me here roughly around 7:45. It gives me enough time to make breakfast and get to work at 8. But this morning, I didn't get out of here until 7:30. Didn't get back till 8:45. The gym filled up, so I couldn't get on any of the machines I wanted to. So... yay, that's all on me. I could have left earlier, but I didn't. So, that's okay. because we'll fix that shit. But I missed him. See, he's as I throughout the entire podcast, people will be hearing me clapping, trying to kill this fucking gnat. Anywho, how's everybody else's night going? Mine's actually going pretty good. I'm tired. Like I said, I didn't get as much in this morning as I wanted to. Kind of geeking out about doing the lower back extension machine though, because my fat creases on my back are disappearing. So there's always that. But because I couldn't get on one of the machines, I have to restart my case study starting Monday, which is kind of a bummer. But I want accurate data, so yeah. Anyway, kind of a slow start. What? Since Chris is no longer here, people give up on me? Yeah, it's a Friday night. Everybody's probably out doing shit. So I'll give it a few more minutes before we actually start the show. Yeah. Really looking forward to being done with keto. I got a week and 2 days. But I made a deal with Sam, only if I hit 220 pounds. And actually I'm burning through it this week, so I'm looking forward to it. But the trick is that I got to keep up with the activity after the keto thing. Otherwise, I'll be back to square one. Would be nice to actually eat shit, though. We're here. I see only one person chatting. I don't even see... Yeah, there's 3 viewers total. Oh... On a side, no, that's irrelevant. Oh, God damn it. You're pissing me off. Need some bug spray and blast myself in the face with it. Oh, evasive maneuvers, huh? Alright. He's the last man standing. Only one of us is getting out of this room alive. It will not be you. Hey, Ron, how's it going? Yeah, I'm just, oh, damn it. Almost, he was like right there. Grr. Anyway. Dead air. So we're going to give it a couple more minutes. We'll start the show. And probably going to be kind of a short one. I'll still take questions and all that throughout. But once we're done, then we'll just hang out and bullshit and drink. Sounds like a plan to me. It's been a week to drink. Doing good? Awesome, buddy. Oh, yeah. After I pick up my glass, you go, fucker. All right. Gotta figure out a good opening for the podcast, but yeah, I'll figure it out. Okay, we ready to start this? No. I was getting ready to start my show. I don't need pictures of burgers. Uh-oh, we said the magic word. Oh, wow. Holy shit, man. That's a heart killer. Almost looks like something grounded up the... I don't know. It looks... it's a mess. So one thing I'm looking forward to is a Big Daddy from Good Times. Okay, let's get this started. All right, welcome back to the After Hours podcast with WriterSanctuary. I almost forgot who the hell I was. I'm doing it all by my lonesome, so bear with me. Today we're going to be talking about how much time you really have for writing, because a lot of times procrastination is what steps in. It's easy to get sucked into the mindset that you really don't have that much time throughout the day and like you're doing too much stuff. But in reality, how much of that is actually true? I know in the past I've kind of fallen by way of that, where I think that I'm like overloaded with all the different projects I'm doing, and to some extent I am. I do have my fingers in a lot of pies, but um, for the most part, if I just was better at time management, I would have a lot more time throughout the day than I think I do. Because especially if you're as a writer, a blogger, freelance writer, or even a novelist, you're essentially paid for production. If you're not writing, you're not getting any money. I love my phone. And I'm not even going to worry about editing that out. I am kind of curious as to who the hell's... Oh, it's fucking Twitter. Anyway, but you're paid by production, so the more you utilize your time, the more you're going to get paid. And there's all kinds of different ways where you can figure out just how much time you have in the day. Personally, I use a spreadsheet to record everything I do throughout the day. So, like, I'll have a stop and a start, or a start and a stop time, and then I will also enter in how many words I wrote, and it'll essentially break down everything I do. And there's like a lot of times where there's huge, massive gaps. So, like the other day, I only hit like 6 hours of actual work time. And so I was looking at it. I'm like, okay, so I took a break there, and then I saw that for an hour and a half I was MIA, and I can't remember what I was doing. So it adds up after a while. And sometimes you get sucked down the rabbit hole of YouTube or get watching Netflix or Hulu or whatever the hell. And then before you know it, time's gone. That's one thing I love about using this the spreadsheet is that I can I start and stop, and then I can actually see the different parts of my day where I absolutely go to shit. So then I can think to myself, okay, well I can't do that anymore. Let's not do YouTube until after the workday is over. And on this particular day, I can't remember what I did for that hour and a half. It's like gone. But then again, I'm getting old and the memory isn't as good as it used to be. So, yeah, I I try to get started like this morning. I didn't get started till like a quarter to let's see, it was a quarter to nine by the time I got back from the gym. I didn't actually start working till like almost 9:30, 10 o'clock, and it's like by then I'm already 2 hours behind schedule. So it adds up if you're not paying attention, especially when you work from home because you don't have a boss over your shoulder or don't have to worry about punching a time clock. You you're accountable to only to yourself. And so if you don't pay attention to your time management, it's going to go to shit. And it's really easy to do when you're working from home. And if you don't want to use a spreadsheet, go use a time tracking app. There's plenty of them out there on the internet, and there's a few that actually are uh, not widgets, but extensions into like Chrome and Firefox or whatever browser you want to use. And I actually had one for a while that actually connected to Asana. So I could actually, I say actually a lot. So I can start and stop projects within Asana and it gives me a time breakdown of everything I do. But I found that it was interfering with my, it was fucking with my chi. It wasn't a bad app or a bad extension, but I'd rather have my spreadsheet. Another thing you can do is use project management apps like Asana. I use Asana regularly. I talk about it a lot. It is one of my favorite project managers. Right now I have every blog that I do, my Green Geeks work. I can assign articles to people who are helping me write blogs. It's all like a checklist, so I can just mark something complete and be done with it. I can set time of when everything needs to be done, which is what I normally do. And it's been a huge help in maintaining my workflow, especially lately. Like with this whole 30 days of blogging thing, I'm doing essentially 90 blog posts in 30 days. And that's on top of anything I write for Green Geeks. So, like today, I wrote 5 blogs, 3 of them for me. And I'm probably going to wind up writing a 6th one later tonight for michaelbrockmate.com. It's one of my other blogs. So, I can get into Asana and assign all those things that I want to do and then check them off as I go. And it's drag and drop, so I can move things all around the schedule. Like if there was an article that I wanted to write tomorrow, I can move it to Sunday, and then I can change Sundays to today. It's really easy to use, and it's free. You can have up to 15 users on Asana joining your group, and I think it's unlimited projects. Like right now, I've got 5, 6, 7, 8 projects right now in Asana because I have them all broken down by blog, my Green Geeks work, Vocal Media, and Wattpad. So all of that I can manage easily, and you can, yeah, it's really cool. You don't get a lot of the cool recording data and stuff like that unless you pay for it, but when you're just starting out, or if you're just like me where you just need something to maintain what you're doing or remember what the hell you're writing, then something like Asana, very beneficial. But you don't have to use Asana. There's tons of them out there. Like there's Trello, Todoist. God, what else? I'm trying to remember. There's like I wrote an article on WriterSanctuary.com of like 9 different project management apps that were free, but I can't remember. I can't remember any of them. Well, I remember like a handful, but that's only because I use Asana religiously. So, if you're on WriterSanctuary.com, take a look for project management apps, and you'll come across my list of ones you can use. God, I can't remember if it was free or not. I know that I wrote one article that was regular for premium services, and then I had one planned for free, but I can't remember if that was plugins or for project management apps. That's what happens when you write so much content. Everything just kind of runs together. And you don't even, it's like, yeah. The hardest part about time management, though, especially when you're working at home for yourself, is being honest with yourself. Like, no one wants to point out their faults. But if you don't, you're not going to find not going to find the holes that you need to plug. And like you need to be realistic about the different things you do throughout the day. Like how much time do you spend on Facebook? How much time do you spend on Twitter? How much time do you spend watching random ass stupid videos on TikTok? It adds up after a while. And like if you get sucked into Netflix and you start binge watching a series, like right now I've been binge watching Hell's Kitchen on Hulu, and I've eaten a ton of time in the afternoon, especially just in that. So you have to kind of take a long, hard look at what you are actually doing throughout the day. Because there's a lot of times where you think, oh, I just can't do it because I have too much to do. But then when you start looking at how much time you waste on social media and streaming services or games or anything else, yeah, you need to like be realistic with yourself. Be honest, because the only one you're screwing is yourself. No one cares really. Like you're not going to hurt my feelings if you decide to watch Netflix all day instead of write. That's all on you. I did my job, so you're only in competition with yourself, man. You gotta realize that, yeah, you're burning too much time. Um, and also keep an eye on how many breaks you find taking yourself throughout the day. Like, breaks are good. You need breaks. Like every hour and a half, it's good to get out for 10, 15 minutes, stretch your legs, get away from the computer. Just veg. Like me, I'll throw on my sandals and I'll put on my headset and walk around the backyard with the dog for about 15, 20 minutes. And I do it so often that I've actually worn a trail in my backyard. Yes, it looks like a horse track. It's a pretty beat down path, but that's what happens when you have sand for soil. I got a lot of work to do on my yard. But anyway, taking breaks is good, but when you take too many and at too long of intervals, then it might cause a problem. It's like I stopped taking breaks after, like, well, let's see, I still take my lunch, but I try to keep it to a half hour max because I've caught myself getting onto YouTube and like watching. I'll just watch like an 8 minute video. That's fine. I'm eating lunch. I have time for that. And then I watch another, and then I watch another, and then I watch another. Before I know it, an hour and a half has gone by, and I only wanted to take a half hour lunch. So you got to keep an eye on your breaks, especially like when you're like me. Uh, One thing I do a lot is like when I'm getting ready to work, and I start thinking to myself, you know what? I've got a sink full of dishes. Those need to be washed. Or I got to do my laundry today. I better get on that. Or oh, my floor needs to be vacuumed, even though I vacuumed it yesterday. Still need to do it. So you start doing other things other than what you're supposed to be doing. And a lot of us do that, especially writers, where there's a job to be done, but you start going through all the different things in your head that you should do or that you could do that purposely takes you away from what you have to do. And so that's a big one. What else we got? Yeah, you're doing everything but writing. You're cleaning your house, doing the yard work. Chores are a hell of a lot easier to do when you have to write. You notice that? Like you're okay with I gotta load the dishes or put the dishes away when it's time to sit down and actually work. But any other time in the day, you're like, I'll do it tomorrow. It's like, no, do it now. Yeah, I go through that a lot actually. Um, Another thing is that'll slow you down for time management is being hypercritical of yourself. And I know a lot of people out there, and some that actually watch the show on YouTube, that are very critical about what they write, and they'll proofread it 9, 10, 11 times. You've got to trust yourself, proofread it maybe twice, and then either send it to the editor or feed it through something like Grammarly. But like when you're on a content mail, you've got to be fast. You can't sit there and agonize over every single sentence. You got to have faith in yourself that you wrote it right the first time. Do your best to proofread it and submit it because you got to keep going. And when you're hypercritical of yourself, it slows you down because then you wind up. I know one author on Twitter who took 4 years to edit her book before she published it. 4 years. When you could have just paid somebody $400 and they could have done it in what, a month, 2 months? It depends on the editor. Um, so you can't be too hypercritical of everything you create and agonize over everything because it's going to slow you down. Okay, let's go to chat real quick. Here's Neo Soul Rider. Hello, everyone. I can relate to this topic. I am guilty of poor time management. A lot of us are, especially me. That's one thing that this experiment has taught me is that I really need to pull my head out of my ass. I do okay. I'm getting all the blogs done. I'm getting my work done for Green Geeks, but I haven't been able to create the videos I wanted to do. I've got revamps that I want to write. There's like a ton of stuff that I want to do in my day that I'm like, oh, well, it's 5 o'clock. It's time's up. I don't have enough time because I'm either getting ready to eat dinner before I stream or, was it the other night we went out to dinner to Who Hot. Which is an amazing restaurant, by the way. I love Who Hot. But it's like I try to be done by 5 because at one point in my life I was putting in over 100 hours a week and I didn't take a day off for 4 straight years. And I stopped taking weekends off because people were fucking up my business. So I decided I'm not taking any more days off. I'm just going to work. That way I know everything gets done correctly, which was bad. And so I decided, you know what, I got to start being done at 5. I don't want to burn myself out and wind up flipping burgers because I'm not proud. I'll do any job. And I don't want to get burned out of being a writer or being an editor. And so I've got to stop at 5. And for the most part, because I don't have time, because I'm going to be streaming, or let's see, I've got what, 2 podcasts, the live stream, and I'm supposed to be streaming games on Thursdays, and I haven't been, and Sundays. So technically, I have like 5 days throughout the week where I stream live. Yay! At 7 o'clock. So I don't really have much time after that. But it's so I started thinking, I have all this stuff I need to be doing, and I just don't have enough time. But that's because I chewed up a lot of my time. I got started late. Like today, I started at 9:30. Monday, I started at 8:45. I need to focus more on my schedule. I want to get started at 8 and be done by 5. That's what I want to do. And it's getting better, especially with the importance of trying to maintain this experiment with the blogging, because I'm trying to do 3 blog posts every day, even tomorrow and Sunday. And so I need to make sure that I have all my other important shit done that pays me, like Green Geeks, and then I can start playing with the blogs. And then I got to make sure I have enough time in the day to make sure all of those blogs are done, because that's going to be one hell of a bragging right, 90 blog posts in 30 days. Yeah, I got this. So it teaches me, or it's teaching me that, yeah, I need to fine tune my shit, and I need to get back to where I was back in 2015 when I was knocking this stuff out left and right. Like, I have done, I am on track to write more than 100,000 words this month, and I haven't been that productive in years. And it's exciting, but it's kind of depressing, really, because it's showing me that I have the potential to do all of this. I could have done all this at the very beginning. Can you imagine where Writer Sanctuary would be today if I just focused and cranked it out like I'm doing now? Be way more than where I'm at now. Way higher. Yeah, I grammar properly. I'm a writer, not a speaker. Big difference, people. And so it's showing me that I know I can do it, and it's kind of a bummer, because now I'm 45, I'm getting old, I have no retirement plans. I could have been doing this shit a long time ago, so I'm starting late. And I've had a lot of issues over the past decade, um, major depression episodes, and I'm still trekking along. So I guess I can pat myself on the back for that. I just wish I was more organized. Well, I wouldn't say more organized, but just more focused on how much time I have throughout the day. Neo Soul Writer in chat writes, I would tell myself that I can't write until everything is clean. Yeah, guilty of being hypercritical too. Yeah, that's I'll write as soon as I get X done. I think everybody said that at one point. Every writer, like, oh well, I'll take the kids to school, come home. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a shower first. Yeah, that's it. Okay, now I want to take a workout. I'm gonna work out with my dumbbells. Oh, now I'm sweaty. Now I gotta take another shower. So you don't start writing until like 3 or 4 hours after you could have been writing. So yeah, it's really easy to talk yourself into doing other shit, especially when you work from home, because like I said, you don't have a boss standing over your shoulder. You're not accountable to anybody but yourself. Unless you're writing for a family, then you're accountable to them, and that adds a little bit more oomph to it. Um, but for the most part, yeah, it's really easy to procrastinate shit or keep putting it off. And when you're a writer, you're paid per word essentially. It depends. There's some contracts out there where you can get paid no matter what. Like a retainer client, you'll get paid the same amount whether there's work or not. Those are my favorite type of contracts. The problem is that sometimes those days can run to be like 16-hour days, and you're not making anything extra. But the trade-off is that some days you'll work for a half hour and have the rest of the day to do whatever the hell you want. So it balances out. But there's times where I'm like, it'd be nice to get on our overtime, but yeah. The 30-minute days are the ones I like. So it kind of feels it. But not every contract's like that. Most of the contracts are going to be either per project or per word. So, um, but unless you have a client that is actually directly connected to you through chat or through the phone or something like that, then, like, especially with a blogger, you are your own boss. You are accountable to yourself, and so you've got to find the motivation to do better, I guess. That's one of the biggest things that this experiment has taught me, is that I waste a lot of time throughout the day. It's disappointing, but not surprising. But it all centers around how about, blah, it all centers around motivating yourself to do more. And not everybody has the self motivation to um, drive themselves to do more. Like, there's days where I get up where I'm like, God, I don't really wanna, but I talk myself into going and force myself to go. Um, like the first day, no, the second time I went to the gym, because the first time I went to the gym, I hurt myself. I was a sore unit. My muscles felt like they were on fire. The second time I was supposed to go, like, I went that Wednesday and I was supposed to go that Friday, I could barely move my arms. And I'm like, I don't wanna. But I motivated myself enough to get down there, because I knew that as soon as I started working out and worked out the stiffness, the pain would go away within minutes. And it did. It was just getting past that initial I don't want to phase. And well, there's days where back in the past I'd wake up and I'd have days where I didn't want to, but still had to. So you got to do a lot to focus on motivating yourself to do better. And it's like I say about using the spreadsheets or the time tracking app or using Asana, but if you're not motivated to use any of that, it's not going to work anyway. It's like they're just tools. You have to have the drive to actually use that shit. The same, like, I like Scrivener, but Scrivener is not really going to help me write an ebook unless I actually put in the effort to write the ebook. So it all comes down to you, to be honest. You got to commit to getting more out of your writing. So that means sometimes it means forcing yourself to get on and look for clients, or get on that content mill and grab every article you can. Like when I first started, I wrote every article I could come across, especially when I quit the job at the school district to write full time in 2013. I would go through and I would grab every article I could, no matter what niche it was in. That's because part of it is that I'm really good at multitasking on different topics, different niches, different industries, different genres. So I'm really good at, I could write something about animals and travel and then turn around and immediately write something about computer networking equipment. And I've always been really good at that. And so I would go through and I would pump out as much as I could, because I had to, well, support my family of four. So I was committed at that point. I'm like, I wanted to be a freelance writer. This is what I want to do, and nothing's going to stop me. And I would get on Google, I'd do all the research, I'd learn how to write AP style, because in the beginning I had no clue what I was doing. It took me a while to work out all my issues, and I love it when there's people that watch the videos that say that they followed my advice, they watched the videos, and they applied to Textbroker, and they start off at 4 stars. I'm like, that's awesome. I started off at 3. It took me a year and a half to get 4 stars. So I think it's great that I can inspire and teach people how to do better. But I was committed. I was committed to be the best I could be. And I still am, kind of. I've had a lot of, well, like I said, mental issues over the past few years. I've had to, I've left my family. I've moved to 1,200 miles away, half a country in between us. I lost a child. There's a lot of things that I've had to go through within a very short period of time. And so it's kind of sapped the energy. My motivation, my mojo is broke. So it gets kind of hard sometimes. But if you want to make something out of it, you've got to commit. You've got to say, you know what, this is what I want to do. That's one thing I keep trying to teach my son is that, you know, he wants to go to the Air Force, he wants to be a writer, he wants to be an actor, he wants to be a game developer. I'm like, you know what? I would love you to do any one of those things. Commit to it. And that's decide that you want to be this and say, fuck it, I'm going for gold. And go for it. Because hem hawing and dicking around really isn't going to help. Not at all. And if you commit yourself to being a writer, or anything for that matter, it can lead to all kinds of opportunities, including different ways you make more money from home. Like when I first started with my freelance writing career in 2012, January 1st, 2012 is when I started Textbooker. So it's almost been 10 years. Um, I had no, I just wanted to be a content mail writer, a ghost writer. I just wanted to, sell my stuff. No biggie, no problem. So I did that for years. And then it got to the point where I started feeling I wanted more. I wanted to be an author. I've always loved the idea of being an author. And so I decided to play around on Wattpad, and that's when I wrote several of the stories, including 7. And then I got to the point where instead of being a ghostwriter, I got picked up by Green Geeks. Now I'm a blogger for their website and making some pretty decent money. I did that for 2 years, and then they promoted me to being the content marketing team lead. So now I edit their stuff. I'm an editor, I manage a team of writers, and they do as I say, which is kind of cool. So, but now I am on the verge of publishing my first ebook. I've got 5 primary blogs, 3 YouTube channels, a Twitch stream, and a partridge in a pear tree. I can't remember what else I got going on. 2 podcasts. So I went from being a ghostwriter who was just cranking out content for shits and giggles, and it expanded greatly into all the different things that I'm doing now. And you don't need to go to the extent that I did. Nobody does. But it's how I roll. My brain is wired to bounce. And so I've got to have different topics. I've got to be changing. I can't focus just on one thing. Oh, anywho, let's see. Let's go to chat real quick. Diana, I know what you mean, Michael. I went through years of struggling and strife to get where I am today. I'm proud to say I made my dream come true, at least one of them. Yes, Diana has an awesome job that I'm kind of jealous because I've always wanted to be a game developer. And there's a few times where I could have applied to something like Blizzard for being a game writer, and I didn't. I could have applied to Today I Found Out, Screencast. Oh no, trying to remember. There's like 3 YouTube channels that needed writers, fairly recently too, and I didn't apply to any of them because I didn't think I was good enough, and that's where a lot of imposter syndrome comes from, which is stupid because I have a great career. I'm awesome. I have done. Let's see, I have published more than 10,000 pieces of content in the past decade for clients, thousands of clients around the globe. I'm getting ready to publish my ebook. I've got the 5 blogs. I mean, I've got all kinds of shit going for me. So I don't know why I thought to myself that I'm not good enough for Today I Found Out. Or What Culture. What Culture was hiring once, and I didn't. I should have. And I don't know, I just get this. It's weird because it's not the same kind of writing. Like with Green Geeks, I do tutorials, I do business marketing, website development, stuff like that. Stuff I know fairly well. And what they wanted was a bit different. So I don't know, I just kind of kicking myself in the ass, but you can't be afraid to take those kind of chances because I wouldn't be working for Green Geeks if I didn't. My boss found me on LinkedIn. We kind of chatted through that, and here I am. And I've got to go to Wordcamps across the country. Well, I can't really say across country. I went to Kansas City, Omaha. I did the one here in Denver. I was going to do the one in St. Louis, but I had a charity event that weekend, so I couldn't go. And then COVID hit like 2 months later. So that was bad timing, I guess. I kind of miss doing the WordCamps. Those were fun. A WordCamp is a WordPress convention where people who use WordPress just kind of hang out. And I would go on behalf of Green Geeks. It was a lot of fun. You meet a lot of really cool people and I get to attend a lot of really cool talks. And I really liked going to them. Like the one in Kansas City was pretty cool. I walked out of my plane, and the airport in Kansas City is just like 5 feet wider than my house. I shit you not. I got off the plane, took about 20 steps, and I'm outside. And the heat and humidity hit you like a wall of moisture. Just boom. You can't breathe. On the other side, on the other hand of that though, I thrive in humidity. So if it wasn't so hot, it would have been great. But the humidity worked great for my skin. I love humid areas. That's one of the reasons why I loved LA so much. So anywho, like I said, this was going to be kind of a short one today. I just wanted to cover a few things about time management and do you really have, are you really short on that much time? Because personally, I know that I know I waste a bunch. And I bet a lot of you who listen to the show or watch the show probably sometimes do the same thing where it's like, you know, you should be doing something, but let's do this other thing instead. Because the other thing isn't really all that fun. But to me, I love writing. So that's one of the biggest kickers about the whole thing is that why would I take time away from doing something that I absolutely adore doing? I love blogging. I love writing. I love working on the ebook. I love working on Seven. And it frustrates me sometimes. But, you know, we're all human. So, oh, there we go. Anywho, so that was a short one. 30. They're really short when I'm by myself, huh? 32 minutes? That's going to be a short podcast. Okay, let's see if we can go back through the chat here. Let's see, I've read some of those. I got ghosted by a guy again from Diana. So have I. Not by a guy, but by a chick. Twice now. Fucking Facebook dating. Angela says, I'm late, but hi. How's everyone's Friday? Mine is doing great. I just did my first podcast by myself, and without Chris, they're going to be kind of short. So, that's all right. I think I did an okay job. I guess we'll find out when I edit and upload it. It's getting tough, Michael. It's basically in charge of the design for the next project. Exciting, but lots of pressure on me. Well, that's cool though. I mean, if they're putting you in charge of design projects, my boss has very high expectations for me, which I guess is better than having a mediocre boss. Or having a boss who doesn't really expect much out of you. Could be saying that you're doing shitty at your job. So it's a good thing that he puts that much pressure on you. It's like watching Hell's Kitchen. So like when you watch Hell's Kitchen and he starts ripping into some of these guys, but he winds up keeping them there, that's because he sees something in them. And he's trying to whip them into shape. So like if your boss is like throwing all this extra stuff on you, he must think you can do it. So I would take that as a compliment. Yeah, that's what it's like here in Oklahoma. I've survived the summer though, so I have high hopes. Oklahoma. I can't remember if I've been through Oklahoma or not. I know Kansas. I was in Kansas City, Kansas, and I guess I'd be pretty close to the same area. So yeah, it was something else. Like the airport blew me away. I'm from Denver, so like my airport here, DIA, is like massive, and so like when I go to Kansas City, this little airport is like maybe a little bit bigger than a Motel 6. It's like, where the fuck am I at? It's Kansas City. I would have thought something bigger. Yeah, it is what it is. I guess they're making it bigger, but it was a small airport. Ron asks, how is Chris doing? As far as I know, he's doing good. He comments on a lot of my blog posts. He follows uh, Crossing Colorado and WriterSanctuary. And I know sometimes he comments on, like he commented on it yesterday morning, and he sounds like he's in good high spirits. So he's probably doing great. I haven't seen him on YouTube for a while, but he's probably taking a break from social media. He gets that way sometimes. So no worries. I'm sure he's fine. Diana, it's like I always say, my only goal is to avoid getting fired. As long as I'm still here, I'm doing a good job. Exactly. That's how I figure it. Angela asks, hey Ron, thank you for the tornado. We got a ton of water for 10 minutes. I got drenched. Thanks. Well, you're the one who wanted rain. We haven't had shit for rain here. We had a little teeny bit. We got a tornado warning, but it didn't rain for dick. But I don't know what it is with this area of Denver. Like the rain goes around us. It'll soak the airport, but we'll be bone dry. And I'm like 9 miles from the airport. 9 miles? Like 15 miles or 9 minutes? I'm not very far from the airport. So I don't know why they can get soaking wet and flooding planes, and I'm sitting here walking around in sand in my backyard trying to keep my damn pumpkins alive. Now it hit the back of my throat funny. Yeah, I've got the soil in my yard is crap. So I have to constantly put Miracle Grow, the blue sprinkle stuff in the sprayer. I have to constantly use that every night so that the pumpkins get enough nutrition, because there's absolutely nothing in my backyard except for sand. And I've been replacing it slowly with potting soil. So like when the vines come out, I'll dig down about 3 or 4 inches and then line the entire trench with potting soil, and then get the roots of the pumpkins to grow in that instead. But it's a wreck out there. It's coming, darling. Your tornado season is coming. Actually, ours hits in June, especially in northeastern Colorado. It's the mouth of Tornado Alley, and it's constantly windy up there. I hated Sterling. Michael and his pumpkins. Oh, that reminds me. I can't wait for Halloween. Me either. I've been counting down the days. I love Halloween. Like I keep teasing Dan. Like, it's almost time to bust out the decorations. 3 more weeks. I'm gonna start bringing them out one at a time and see if anybody notices. They probably will. I mean, the one is I have a crystal ball that swirls and lights up. It's fucking awesome. I'm gonna put that on my table out there, and then the next day I put the Halloween wreath up on the wall. I gotta bust out my skeletons and my ghosties. I gotta change my lights, and then I have to go buy some more decorations. I get as excited for Halloween as Mom does for Christmas. And actually, I get pretty excited for Christmas too. But Mom has more disposable income, so she can do a lot more than I can. But I thought I did a really good job on my windows. Like I did snowflake lights coming down, and then I had, in the middle one was the icicles, and then at the very bottom was, it looked like a frozen mess of branches and shit that lit up, and it came out beautiful, just like I had imagined it would. And so I can't beat that. It was just awesome for me. And Mom will use 60,000 bulbs. I don't have that much. I thought it was fall. I'm sorry, my bad. We are in line for some serious rain coming this coming week. Wish we could send the rain to y'all. I wish you could too. We need it. Fucking California needs it. Oh, but it's been like the last 2 days. It's been stupid hot and not a single breath of wind. So everything's been like a stagnant heat. The pumpkins didn't fare very well today. So I still have a 50-pound pumpkin out there. Motherfucker's big. And then the other one I bet is probably about 30 pounds. One next to it's probably pushing 25, 30 pounds. And then I've got 6 more coming up on the back side. and those are about the size of softballs. So I might have some, might have quite a few ready for Halloween. I'm hoping that'd be pretty cool. I think. Michael, I have some bad news. I gained another 10 pounds because I've been naughty. Wow. Not me. I've lost a lot. Would have lost more, but I've been kind of. I haven't been. I can't really say that I've been slacking because the only thing in the house is keto. So like, if I binge on something or go for a snack, it's all low carb, high protein, high fat snack anyway. So I have nothing in the house like chocolate or candy bars or anything like that. So, and I'm too lazy to call food in, and I sure as hell ain't gonna walk to the store. So, oh well. Ron, right? Maybe it's time you build that pipeline. I'm telling you, if we could figure out how to move water from the east to the west, it'd make all the difference in the world. But unless somebody figures out a way to make it profitable, no one's gonna give a shit, which is sad. But that's the state we live in. Christmas just makes me sad now because I don't have an SO or a family. Oh, well. Don't let it get you sad. Go adopt someone's family. I did. I spent more time at my friend John's house than anything. Um, but yeah, you don't need a significant other to enjoy the holidays. I don't have one. I don't think aside from Sam, I've never, like, I broke up with Julie a few weeks before Christmas. Um, it's just, I enjoy myself. My kids keep me busy. My cats. Like, I would like decorate the house and just have fun. People put too much stress on that kind of shit. For the right amount of money, yes. Yeah. See, like Ron's note. See, like I just said, you build a pipeline to pipe water from one side to another if you made it profitable. I need someone to punish me or else I can't stay motivated. Bend you over and spank you over my lap. Bad baby. Sorry. Diana needs to be punished. Or you just figure out a way to motivate yourself. Like, what motivates me is that I'm tired of being fat. I don't like the way I look on camera. I don't like the way I look from the side. It's like when I took the pictures for for crossing Colorado a couple of days ago. I hate taking off my shirt at all. And so for me to do the pictures for that blog post was like way outside of my comfort zone. So I don't. That's part of why I'm doing all this is because it's kind of cool to see the transition as I move along. It's just the moving along part that kind of sucks. I just want to be over with, but everything in life worth doing is worth doing well, and I'd rather do it right. So, oh yes, lots of money. Mike, did you get those things I tagged you in for your pumpkins to make them look like Frankenstein? Yes, I did, and I thought that was awesome as hell. It's like I showed Sam like I need this. Oh, I would love a Deadpool one. I bet somebody's got one. Because essentially it's the same thing as with I wanted to do square pumpkins one of these times. And you do square pumpkins by the same method is that you grow them inside of a box, usually a wooden box that you put together, and it'll grow into a square pumpkin. Pumpkins are awesome. They'll take up whatever shape is out there. And I've got one now that's shaped like an hourglass. I have no idea why, but it is doing its thing. But yeah, you can do a lot of cool things with pumpkins when they start growing. But I really like the Frankenstein one. Yeah, but I want to kiss and cuddle with a guy. I need a boyfriend to spank me. I actually got spanked all the time as a kid. I was a troublemaker. Oh, me too. I didn't have a boyfriend to spank me, but I did get spanked a lot when I was a kid. I'm sorry. I don't know what to. I don't know what to tell you. Um, I know I was looking through. It's like I keep flipping through Facebook dating, and I got to the point where I'm like, no, fuck this. I'm done. That one chick ghosted me. Three others didn't write back after the first messages. So I'm like, not. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I understand that. I get it. But if you don't like me, just fucking tell me. God, bunch of pansy asses. That's what pisses me off more than anything, really. Like, I don't give a shit if you think I'm a horrible person. At least tell me. It is what it is. Move on. Ooh. Guess I can move back to the YouTube tab. There we go. Oh. So anywho, so what you guys think? Was that something that was okay? The podcast, definitely only going to be like a 30-minute podcast. Not even that. So I guess I don't know if I'll keep them that long. We can just hang out afterwards, or if oh, I didn't write down when I stopped. Oh, well, I'm pretty sure I can figure that out. I don't know. It's different. I like having the back and forth interaction. It's kind of cool to have Diana and Neo ask questions. I thrive on interaction. So, is it something that I suck at, or should I keep going with? Patrick says, it's going great. Awesome. Yeah, this is all not going to be in the podcast. Just to let you know. Pretty much the only part that I was serious about was the time management. After that, we just kind of hang out. Michael, don't go, stay and talk. I'm not going, no. I mean, what I mean is, should we keep doing the podcast like this, where I do the serious stuff at the very beginning and then we just kind of bullshit afterwards? Or do I suck and we should just shit can the podcast and go to just normal live streams on Mondays? Hey Mike, I got a new drinking game for everyone. Every time you say anywho, everyone takes a shot. Anywho and actually. I say both of those a lot. I do say anywho a lot, yep. And very abruptly. Yeah. Anywho and actually. What's another one? However. I do however a lot. I even write however a lot too. Like I noticed that today I was blogging. I'm like, I gotta find a different word. How about therefore? So I start going through the synonyms of replacing however, because I use however a lot. I say a lot, but I think everybody does. Yeah. So we should do that. Anywho and actually. Let's see. Neo, Michael, you are doing a great job. If not, I won't make an effort to make sure I catch live streams. You were beating yourself up about not staying on topic, so this time you can't say that you didn't. Yeah, you're right. I stayed on topic. I was like, Phoomp. What's cool though is that when I wrote it out, it's all like bullet points in Asana. I wrote it out this morning of all the things I wanted to cover. And so I still don't know if I got everything covered that I wanted to include, but it's not like we can't do a part 2 later on. This fucking... Oh, he's back for vengeance. Goddamn Nat. But, yeah, it's different doing it by myself. Like, I was fine doing Mondays by myself until Sam decided she wanted to invade. But her schedule changes next month, so there's probably a good chance Sam won't be doing the live show with me on Monday, and we might have to start pre-recording the podcast for Crossing Colorado on Tuesdays, because she doesn't get off till like 10. So I can either do them by myself or we can just do them later. and just upload them. So I live for these live streams, especially the bullshitting. Yep, me too. That's pretty much what I look forward to all week. It's like, yeah, it's almost Friday. I could just hang out and drink and give me a reason to bust out the alcohol, as if I need one. Michael, man, you do good. Don't be so hard on yourself. I am hard on myself a lot. I'm trying to not be sometimes, but I don't know. It's weird. My mind doesn't work right sometimes. I don't know. It just... I got him. Oh, you fucker. With my thumb? Oh. Didn't even see him there until he was like right there and like, squish. Anyway. Winner! No, but I am exceptionally hard on myself. And I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to certain things. And so I'll agonize over every little point sometimes. It drives Sam nuts. And I try to do better. It's a work in progress. So, but there's no topic, so you can get off it. How many fucking gnats are there? I don't know where they're coming from. There's nothing in my office. It's not like I have rotten fruit sitting anywhere. Ugh. What if the kid's off something? Oh, I wonder if there's peach pits somewhere. We got peaches, so I wonder if they're thriving off that somewhere. Someone's probably stashing plates or something again. Be yourself or with someone. Be by yourself or with someone. You're doing great. So you have to ask yourself if you want to do the live stream or not. I do. I like doing them. I enjoy it. I don't know if I'm going to go back to streaming at night for the games on Thursdays and Sundays, because that is an awful lot. But I really like playing. And if we have to move the Crossing Colorado podcast because of Sam's schedule, then I can go back to playing on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And I would really like to build up the gaming channel. So, I don't know, I might. And he said, anyway, take a shot. Nice. Baby, you just stink? Oh, no. I smell good, actually. Oh, I smell like Curve. I like Curve. I like Curve Sport. Curve Crush is my favorite. Yeah, I smell good. I don't know what you're talking about. That's what everyone else says. Yeah. Did I really say anywho? I don't remember saying it. Now you're gonna make me self-conscious. Anyway. I guess anywho is kind of like my segue from one sentence to another, especially when I have dead air. I don't like having dead air on stream, and so like anything like anywho or anyway or however and yada yada whatever, it is kind of like a time gap, or not time gap, but a stopgap for having dead air, because by the time I say anywho, I've already processed what I'm going to say next. So I think that's probably why I say it so much, especially on live stream. I smell my armpits in public. I don't know if I've ever gone that far. Like if I'm in a hyper mood, I'm in the middle of a Target and Sam and I are there and I'm just goofing around, I will. But like if I'm standing in line at this is stupid. Are they rising from the dead? I've killed 4 of them. Hell Hydra. Kill 1, 2 more tickets, please. Anyway, see? There you go. I just about said anywho right after saying that. Um, oh, about smelling my armpits, that's right. Yeah, I don't think I've ever stood in a line at the coffee shop and gave myself a whiff. I don't think too much about it. Keep saying it. People need a drink. It's like that scene from, I don't know if anybody, I don't know how many of you watch Frasier, but there's that one episode where Frasier, Niles, and Martin are watching the Antique Roadshow, and anytime they say veneer, they take a drink. It was like this one spot where every other word was veneer. I think I just swallowed him. Nope, just cat hair. Mm. Telling you, I'm gonna start hitting Drambuie up. Yeah, I would love a Drambuie sponsorship. I mean, come on, Red Bull sponsors gamers, right? Mountain Dew. Why can't Drambuie sponsor a writer? Oh, I love Frasier. I'm a big fan of Frasier too. Had a huge crush on Niles. A crush on Niles growing up. I like him. He's a good actor. Um, God, I can't remember his real name. But yeah, there's a yeah, it's on Hulu, so I watch it periodically. I haven't. No, you know what? I said earlier that I've been watching Hell's Kitchen on Hulu. Actually, I've been watching on Amazon because Hulu only has seasons 10 on out, and Amazon has it with commercials, but uncut, so you don't have to worry about beeping. And if you're watching anything with Gordon Ramsay in it, it's a lot of beeping. I just thought about my own live shows. I'd be bleeping almost every other fucking word. Beep. Anyway, I said anyway, not anywho. Now you go and get me. Now I'm going to be thinking about that. David Hyde Pierce, there you go. I'm going to be thinking about that every fucking time now when I'm on live. Um, I'm still, yeah. I don't think I'm gonna stop doing the podcast. I think it's fun. Uh, the way I did it today will make it super easy for me to edit. I just gotta find the starting point, cut it, find the ending point, cut that, and then I think I'm going to see if I can get some royalty-free music, and I'm gonna do an actual real intro for the podcast now. And the hard part's going to be going through all the ones that Chris and I did because those were fucking long. So there's like 2 hours episodes. The prices on Hulu are going up. Seriously? Everybody's prices are going up. Like I pay $17.99 now for Netflix. I remember back when it was $7.99. Like I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. $7.99 is what it used to be, and now it's up to 17. It's like everybody wants, oh, let's start the minimum wage at $15 an hour, but it doesn't matter if everything else goes up with it, because then we're just stuck in the same fucking spot. Yeah. There's gonna come a time when we're just gonna shut everything off, say fuck it. It's like I almost pay as much now for the streaming services as I did for cable. So I might as well just pay for cable. But then it's kind of convenient to have it on demand because then I can binge watch Deep Space Nine for an entire month if I want, which I've done. So I can kind of understand it, but I don't know. You want to be a cord cutter, but then you wind up spending twice as much because you're getting. Let's see. Right now I've got on my desktop shortcuts to Sci-Fi, Hulu, Disney Plus, Netflix, Paramount Plus. Um, that's my Xfinity account, but I can't remember what the hell's on it because I hate Xfinity. I am going to get HBO Max because I do miss having HBO. There's some shows on HBO that I like. So, I don't know. It's crap. I've gotten quite skilled at finding movies for free online. Yeah, finding. Our Hulu went from $9 to 64. Holy shit. Yeah, if mine did that, there's no way in God's green earth I'd be paying $64 a month. I'm telling you, sit and spin. Not happening, buddy. That's more than what I pay for, like, say, Amazon is $13.49 or something like that. It's a random ass number. My Hulu is only, I think it's only 7. Maybe it is the $9 one. Um, Disney Plus, I can't remember what Sam pays for that. Netflix is $17.99. Paramount Plus is only or is it Hulu that's $5.99? One of them's $5.99. So yeah, $64 is almost as much as all the shit that I watch at once. That's I just got HBO Max because it is 9 months plus tax. I don't mind the commercials. I didn't. Yeah, I'm. It's like um, I watch Hell's Kitchen on Amazon for free. It's with commercials, and I don't really. It doesn't really bug me any. I miss commercials. You know how long it's been since I've actually watched real television? Like we haven't had real TV in the house since. Wow, it's been a long time. Yeah, because we started with Netflix. We didn't have anything else but Netflix for years, and then we just streamed everything on YouTube. So, Nat Nicholton. Oh, hey everyone, new here. Hey Nat. I was like, who the hell's Neo talking to? Sorry, Nat. Yeah, I did um, the actual podcast was about a half hour ago. It was only like a 30-minute show, and now we're just in the let's hang out and bullshit phase. So if you want to actually hear the podcast before I edit and upload it to Spotify, you can always replay this video later. It starts at about the 10-minute mark. I think I was on for about 10 minutes before we started the show, if I remember right. But yeah, um, let's see. The only drawback is I have to witness porn ads. Oh yeah, well that's what happens when you start looking and finding your videos. Xfinity, you get Peacock, Tubi, and others free. I hate. I gotta see what's on Peacock. I can't stand Xfinity. I hate my fucking internet. Don't get me started. I'll go on a rant for about an hour. $9 a month. I meant to say. What did I see? Did I say it right? 9 month plus tax. See, that's what I thought you said. That's what I thought you meant, Neil. Angela, welcome, Matt. If you got any writing questions for Mike, have at it. Yeah, that's why I'm here. Yeah, YTF are so many movies freaking reboots. I hate reboots. Right? I was thinking about that earlier, Nat. Like they were like, um, somebody was talking about rebooting. Oh no, it was something Amazon pushed out on Twitter. What should reboot next? I'm like, reboot this. Why don't you come up with a brand new idea? That'd be great. Stop rebooting shit. I am not. I write horror and sci-fi. Cool. I do sci-fi. Actually, I also do horror and sci-fi, but I also do fantasy. I've done romance in the past. I've done poetry. I've done a little bit of everything. It's part of how my brain works is that I can't just stick to one genre. So I bounce all over the map. Just looking for other writers and artists to hang with. Well, here we are. Um, right now, I do a lot of stuff for freelance writing and blogging, and I'm literally days away from publishing my first ebook. It's an autobiography about how I got started writing in the first place, and it's a it's a sordid tale about triumph and facing adversity and a shit ton of depression. It's almost sad to write it. It's like, well, it depresses me. So yeah. Um, Not published anything major yet. We'll be publishing our first horror anthology soon. Awesome. Reboot this. Yeah. Exactly. Just make new movies with and characters. Yeah, I think so too. It's like Hollywood is just the well has gone dry. Let's reboot. The one that upsets me the most is Ghostbusters. Not because it's an all-female reboot, but because the acting in it was piss poor. It was shit. Everybody was trying to be the comic relief. You can't do that. It was just, I couldn't get into it. It was too campy, slapstick. I just now there's some slapstick stuff I like Airplane. I'm a big fan of the old Airplane movies. Um, I I couldn't really get into the Naked Gun, but there's just some that are just they don't need to be reboot. Come up with a new idea. If you want to push an all-female character lead, that's or cast, that's fine. But stop trying to force it on people. Yeah, I can't do just one genre. I've dabbled in other things, but in my heart, I'm mostly a sci-fi writer. Even my horror often has a sci-fi edge. Yeah, I did that once. Um, I actually did a sci-fi contest on Wattpad. Predator and Prey is where that came from, and it's a sci-fi that was kind of had a horror twist to it. Predator and Prey, I'm actually going to rewrite and turn it into an actual ebook after my autobiography is done. So that's going to be a fun one. Thank you, Diana. Let's see, hi Nat. That sounds like a villain name. I like you already. Yeah, Nat Nicholton. They're talking. They're talking about reboot. No, oh God, yeah, I saw that, and that's gonna. That is no, no, no. That is wrong. Big Trouble in Little China is a classic. Leave it the fuck alone. God. Ugh. It's sad. But we have better special effects. I don't give a rat's ass. Some things you just don't mess with, you know? That upsets me. Oh, you have no idea, Patrick, how much that really, really bugs me. Because that Big Trouble in Little China is one of my favorite fucking movies. Airplane was funny, but you can't replicate that kind of comedy. No, you can't. At least not nowadays. I'm stuck with dark fantasy horror, but I'm good with that. Yeah, I like doing that kind of stuff too. I do a little bit of everything. I love action movies, but as a writer, action is not my strong genre. Um, it takes a little bit to write an action scene in a novel. It's different than in a when you're doing a screenplay. The script is way easier to do, but in a novel, yeah, I mean, you gotta give the emphasis of the action, and that's a little bit difficult, but it's doable. Don't even get me started on Fembusters. It was cringy how inclusive they tried to be. You're absolutely right, Michael. They forced it on people. Yeah, I wasn't really feeling Ghostbusters. That one really just chapped my ass. And so when they decided to do a Ghostbusters Afterlife and kind of just ignore what happened in 2016, I was like, yeah, that's the way we do it. When I saw Ecto 1 in the trailer, oh, gave me goosebumps. Yay, dark fantasy is cool. I read fantasy, but I don't write it. So Nat, if you look in the video description of all of my videos, you'll find my Wattpad link, and that takes you to my account. And in my account, if you click on who I'm following, White Paw is my sister here, Angela, and she writes. You should read. She's got quest holders up, and that was actually a book that she was in the process of publishing, but her publisher screwed her, and she's going to be on the podcast in a couple of weeks, and we'll talk about that. But if you want a good book, give that one a read. The whole book is on her Wattpad account. So if I knew the link, I would toss it in right now, but I don't know it offhand. But if you go down the rabbit hole of mine, then you'll find it. Maybe I push Angela's book out enough. I should just put the link in my video descriptions. Um, let's see. Technical thing. What do you think of my name? It's actually a game reference. Use better special effects to make better movies. Yeah, better. Yeah, better new movies. Right? It's like I don't know, because when they tried to do Dragon Ball Z, that was acting. Yeah. I don't know. The woke Hollywood is just not. Yeah. Sigh. I refuse to watch Disney remakes. They're a crime as far as I'm concerned. I am, yeah, like Mulan. That one was just fucking wrong. Um, they made her out to be uh, a Mary Sue. Billy Badass from the get go. That's not how it went. And it just quit trying to placate to the vocal minority, and just make a fucking movie. I don't give a rat's ass that the character is black, gay, or chicken. Just make a good movie. Get a script together that makes sense. I'm not a gamer, but great name. Yeah, I'm kind of a gamer ish. Yeah, Disney is an arrogant company who only sells nostalgia now. They can't build value outside of promoting what they used to be. Yeah, you got the Disney Vault, Disney Plus. I do like the I just went through WandaVision, uh, Winter Soldier, and I'm 2 episodes away from finishing Loki. And I kind of like those little small little tidbits in between the movies. Um, I think they're pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. It's people just need to stop remaking stuff. The only things that should be remade are things that were shit to begin with, like The Last Airbender. When M. Night Shyamalan did that, he was planning out 3 movies. No, you're trying to condense an entire series or an entire season of cartoons into a 1.5 hour show. No, you should have just done like Star Wars and did 3 for the first book, 3 for the second book, 3 for the third book. It would have been great. But no, he decided to cut out a lot of shit that was in it. My daughter was super pissed that the Kyoshi Warriors weren't featured in it. Like, she was like, I think 6 at the time, and she was mad. Like, she was really, really mad. So, there's some things that need to be remade just to fix past mistakes. Like Aragon, I liked Aragon, and I was super upset when they weren't going to finish it. So, I don't know, there's some things that should have been progressed, but never did. So those kind of things I can see probably remaking it, giving somebody who's competent a try. But classic movies like Ghostbusters, Big Trouble in Little China, um, and all those other ones. I think Indiana Jones are doing another Indiana Jones movie, and all I can think is, man, he's getting old. I love Harrison Ford, I love Indiana, but you can only go so far before he's in a wheelchair, you know? Come up with something else. Don't ruin my childhood by making this poor man beat the shit out of himself until he dies. um, wow, I'm like way behind. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Da, 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 where am I at? They can't build out. Okay, cool. I just subscribed. Well, thank you very much, Nat. Not exactly. I feel Disney is dead. I mean, the classics are still very much alive, but they seem to have already created their greatest masterpieces. I, I don't know. It depends. I like The Mandalorian a lot. Um, like I said, I'm a big Marvel fan. So, yeah, anything to placate to my childhood dreams of Marvel is awesome. Like if they bring X-Men and put Deadpool in it, that'd be great. Um, Big Ryan Reynolds fan. Um, I don't know. I think they can probably do more from Disney, as long as they don't try to remake stuff to force some kind of agenda. You know, just make a fucking movie. Um, Let's see. Companies can't live on leftovers. Disney needs new content, or the company will die. Yeah, I think the inclusion of I think having Star Wars and Marvel is what's going to like probably keep the company afloat. Um, Bingo just made a good movie. I think I would rather that Disney just die off and become memorabilia. Um, yeah, well, it depends. Then where all those really good movies go? I mean, now since they bought Fox, they have X Men. I think they should redo X Men. Well, they have, haven't they? It's going to be hard to replace Wolverine. Hugh Jackman did a really good job. Wolverine's 5'3" and built like a brick shithouse, but Hugh Jackman did a really good job with it. So, um, Doogie Kamehameha MD cast. I know I probably said that wrong. What of what if we send our books to be screen written and given the new movies? Um, yeah, I would love to see mine. My book wouldn't be able to be a movie. It'd have to be a series, like a. It'd have to be an 8 episode series, seven. Um, just because of the way I wrote it, and so I would watch it. Gluttony, Gluttony's an awesome chapter. I'm telling you. Um, I wasn't that into WandaVision. It was like 100 old show reboots stuffed into one show. It was weird and didn't make sense. It was really a sad concept. I don't know. I kind of the first 2 or 3 episodes definitely are like confusing as fuck, but once you start getting into it, um, it's a slow burn to get into it. I liked it though. Um, I like junk. I'm a big fan of B movies. I mean, one of my favorite all time movies is Army of Darkness. And I know they redid Evil Dead, but if they did redid Army of Darkness and didn't bring Ash or Bruce Campbell, I would lose my shit. I would go to Twitter and I would rant like you've never heard before. Why does my phone keep changing if to off? Don't know. If to of. Oh my god, that was bad. Yes, I'm a professional writer. I get paid for this shit. Like Wanda is going nuts, and they're portraying it like an old happy 50s sitcom. It just didn't sit right with me on a mental health level. Well, if you watch it, it goes from that. It moves. What she did was gone throughout the entire series of movies. So it started off in the 50s, then moved on to the 60s, and then 70s, 80s, and 90s, and kept going. So it was I kind of liked the concept of it. It was definitely one of those where you have to, I think you pretty much have to binge watch it to really grasp it, um, or to really get into it. It was definitely confusing, that's for sure, in the very beginning. So, as writers, it is up to come up with new creative ideas. We can do it. Yes, publish. Oh, I could do. We can do. I could do a screenplay of Predator and Prey. I don't know because the ending to that is if I did the screenplay, then you'd know how the ending was coming. So that's the whole beauty of the book was the twist end. I'm not. I like twist endings, but not like M Night Shyamalan. My twist endings make sense most of the time. Like it was the trees killing everybody. What the fuck? Ghostbusters 2016 was a tragedy. Oh yes, yes it was. It was sad is that Chris Hemsworth was in it, and I like Chris Hemsworth, but I lost a little bit of respect for him. The fourth Indiana Jones was a joke. I have yet to watch it all the way through. They should have stuck to 3 movies, and he should have passed the torch to someone young and hot. Son of Indiana, I'd watch it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think maybe they probably could have done a fourth movie and then passed the torch that way, but I didn't really watch all the fourth one at the time that we got it. I think I was suffering from West Nile at that point. I can't remember. I was in a fever, So I haven't actually watched it all the way through, but I'm not really feeling another one because he's getting up there in the years. I love Harrison Ford, but when you keep throwing him on screen as Indiana Jones, you're just gonna like damage my memories of him. I'm a sci-fi writer, and even I didn't like the Indiana and the aliens mix. Yeah, the ending part of it was like, I don't know. It wasn't. It didn't feel like Indiana Jones to me. Speaking of young and hot, something we talk about a lot here is dating. Do you have any dating advice, Nat? I'm a single female. Uh-oh, Diana's hitting on you. Dating advice. If you're female, it's easy. Just put yourself out there, date, join some dating sites, ask some friends if they know anyone. If you can take an attractive selfie and you're a nice, sane person, you can get a date. Not always works that way, man. Nat, I just don't like the guys. I just don't like the guys back. You know, I get the concept of WandaVision. I just didn't like seeing tons of ripoffs of every era of TV. It was nauseating to me. I kind of liked it, but then again, I kind of grew up in a lot of those eras. So it was almost like taking a walk down memory lane because I'm old. But it was, it wasn't bad. I liked it, and I don't know why people didn't like Loki. I'm enjoying it. So everybody's different, you know. It's all good. Let's see, Net, how about you? Are you single? Yeah, see, here we go. She's tossing her net. Well, do you like guys? Are you asexual or lesbian? Or do you just not like the guys you meet lately? Single but not looking. Hey, me too. I'm just here for writing inspiration. I'm straight, just not feeling a connection. And yeah, I'm a lady. So unless you date ladies, I'm probably not your type. Well, that changed fast, right? That escalated quickly. But you're a guy, sorry. See, Michael, this is the level I've sunk to. What, hitting on people on my channel? Oh, you know, that's one of the things, Nat, is that, oh, damn it. There's one freaking gnat that will not leave me alone. Anyway, so like during the live streams on Mondays and Fridays, we kind of, Friday the podcast, we try to do a fairly good show, and then afterwards we just kind of hang out for an hour and a half. So, and then Monday is, I don't even think there was a purpose for Monday. I think I just started, like, people were talking me into doing it back in January, like, oh, because I was doing them every other week, and then everybody's like, yeah, go weekly. It's like, all right, so I did, and we never really had a purpose for it. It was just there. Well, no worries. I'm actually pansexual. I'm not offended. I date all genders. He said, anywho. So you guys like wait for me to say anywho before you take a drink. I'm extremely awkward. I apologize. Well, yeah, see what happens. Never assume. If I met a nice lady, I wouldn't turn her down. I'm a cerebral person. I care about the brain, not the body. Yeah. Same here, but physical attractiveness does matter to me. There is, I believe there's some validity to that because, like first impressions, the first thing you're going to notice is a person, how they look and how they appear to you. And so that's going to trigger a lot in the very beginning. And so, I don't know, for some people it does, some people it doesn't. Everybody is unique and has their own tastes. I love a strong, independent, dark-haired. I love dark hair. Women. I'm trying to describe Cassandra without actually. But no, it's yeah. Everybody has a cup of tea. I'm a nerdy sci-fi writer. I know all about awkward. Yes, Mike, We are so safe. More, please. Sure, I like an attractive person, but that's not the only thing I care about. Oh, no, no. That's not what I'm saying at all. Um, it's that first impression, though. Like, when I see somebody and they're kind of average looking, I still wind up, well, let's see what kind of a person they are. And sometimes it's been a good experience. But yeah, for the most part, I don't know. For the longest time, I didn't really care, but lately now, my tastes have gotten a little bit more exquisite. God damn, little fucker keeps getting away. Let's see, Michael, I have no idea why I started watching your right channel. I just liked you for some reason. You started watching it for the textbooker stuff because you were trying to get into freelance writing. And so, um, yeah. And then we were chatting on Facebook about textbroker, and then you just kind of grew on me like moss. Sorry. Kidding. I'm kidding, Diana. I love you. Um, Neil, you still alive? I like skinny nerds who are good with computers. Yeah, because no accounting for looks on that. Oh, Angela, I'm still here. Or you're still alive. I am reading every conversation, Angela. Oh, good. You got quiet for a minute. I'm still in love with, well, Michael knows who. Yeah. Yeah, someone she can't have. I tend not to talk about much dating because I'm okay with being single. Yeah, me too. It's like I'm single by choice, mostly because I don't go anywhere. Um, I I like what I do. I wouldn't mind going on a date once in a while, but I'm not purposely putting myself out there. Like I joined Facebook dating mostly because I wanted somebody else to chat with aside from kids. So um, that didn't pan out. So I'm like, I don't really care. Like if I really wanted to um, date, I'd probably, I don't know, go out, meet somebody. But I never leave the house, so I really don't care. I'm good. I'm happy. If somebody wants to be a part of this mess, then that's cool, but ain't gonna hurt my feelings if not. Um, I tend to, okay, you love me? I love all my viewers. You know that. I do. I love all you guys. You guys are what keeps me doing this. It's like there's a new guy. I don't think he's watching any of the live streams, but apparently I've helped him out quite a bit recently. And so um, it makes me feel good when I know that I've actually helped somebody get started in their career and save their household. It's like it blows me away that I actually have that much of an impact. And even though YouTube doesn't feel that I'm worth monetizing yet, I do it because I love helping people. And those kind of comments that I got this week, especially this week, like that's why I do what I do. I love it. It's more rewarding to me than anything. Let's see. I just found this randomly, looked up writer, and checked to see if there were any live shows. Well, welcome and thank you for stopping by. Same here, Neil. Let's see. I'm not happy being single. I want someone to go out and do things with and have physical intimacy. Yeah. Okay, so this isn't crossing Colorado, so I'm not going to be as crass. Let's see. That's why I pulled you in so we can change topics. As for my writing, I love writing poetry, but I want to venture off into other areas. So while I am freelance writing, I am working on getting my master's. That's awesome, Neo. There's been a few times where I was thinking about going back to school, but then I realized that would just be adding one more thing to my overflowing plate. I mean, seriously, this week I've done 3 blogs every day, different websites. I've done 2 podcasts, the Extra Live Show on Monday, um, worked on the ebook, and then I did the design for the new podcast on Spotify, and all my Green Geeks work. Like, there's no fucking way I'd be able to add trying to get my master's in dick. So I commend you and hope you're the best. I think that's pretty awesome, Neo. I've been working on a horror mystery. Nice. Horror mysteries are awesome. Like, I love Saw 2. Like, really couldn't care less about the other ones, but Saw 2 for some reason just blew me away. It was great. Let's see. I'm about 80% done doing some fill in the middle. This book had saggy middle syndrome. That's awesome, saggy middle syndrome. And I fixed it, but now I have to make the scenes connect. Yeah, that's the hardest part I'm having with the final chapter of 7. Um, 7 is about it's not about the 7 deadly sins, but that's how it kind of worked out. But the final chapter wraps it all together, and yeah, it's not what a lot of people are probably thinking. But I really didn't like Pride when I wrote it, and I rewrote Pride 3 times with different plots in each one, and I can't, like, I'm still going to rewrite it. I don't like how it came out. So I get you. Instead of a saggy middle, I got a saggy ass. So I got to fix my back end. I don't need it. I want it for personal reasons. Angela, I am dying over here. Well, this is why I can't join in with a video live. I'm crying. Awesome. That's good. I'm hoping you're crying for good reasons, not because you're so depressed. Patrick, Masters in Poetry. I am reading about dialogue. Awesome. I was thinking about doing master classes from. There's a couple of writers that have master classes up, and I would jump all over one as if Stephen King did one. But I think Dean Koontz has one. I can't remember. There's been a few times where I was thinking about taking them, because I'm going to be self-publishing the autobiography, and then I will rewrite Predator and Prey, and then self-publish that one. And since that one's almost done anyway, that might actually be done for the end of the year, so that's kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. Angela was published by Tate Publishing, who's Scrivener, and then my mom is a published author as well, and her book is behind me on the bookshelf, and she'll be on the podcast on Black Friday from Utah when I go home for Thanksgiving. So you might want to keep around for that, Nat. Mom and I will talk about her book and stuff. So, Michael, what were you going to say? No, I can't say it on WriterSanctuary. If this was Crossing Colorado, it'd be a different story, but it's not. Along with that, I am brushing up on my editing skills with some other books. Awesome. Yeah, this mystery had a few rewrites. Yeah, there's been I'm telling you, Pride was the hardest one to write. Now, Wrath, when I wrote Wrath, I wrote it really well. It just flowed. I did Wrath inside of a night, and it disturbed me. It made me feel icky. Well, it's like you don't realize just how dark you can really get until you're a writer, because you can go to some really dark fucking places. And then you start thinking to yourself, am I really that evil? Or am I just that good of a writer? And with all that going on, I'm a crazy person thinking about having another kid next year. That one is not written in stone. Huh? I don't know. I didn't plan any of mine. I'll give you one if you want one. I've got a 22-year-old who needs a home. Oh, great. Now Google just opened up. I didn't even say, okay, Google. I said, I'll give you one. How is that? Okay, now you're just recording shit. Turn off. God. I didn't even say anything about Google. I said I would give you one of my kids. Apparently my phone got pissed off. And then the alarm goes off. At the end of the day, I am doing what makes me happy. Yeah, exactly. I wish I would have looked at Skillshare first. Yeah, there's been a few things I was thinking. I actually was debating on putting some stuff up on Skillshare. I've been asked a lot about doing some courses, and I know that Megan Grant has some. We talked about them on the podcast a couple weeks ago. It started me thinking that, I could probably make a few. So I might just do that. Of course, it'll be more about freelance writing and not actual being a novelist, because that's a completely different ball of wax. Being a freelance writer is way different than being an author. Let's see. It was my first mystery horror, as opposed to straight up horror. Mysteries are hard. It's a slow burn, and I'm more of an action writer. It depends on the story. I kind of like slow burns, as long as there's a logical point to it. Like a slow burn, as long as it's written well, can keep you engaged throughout the entire thing, and then your ending is just like, oh yeah. But there's been a few that I read that were so drawn out that I just couldn't keep going. So it really comes down to the author. Still waiting on Michael to put out his book on self-publishing. In the meantime, I am looking back at his videos for writing advice and tips. Yep. I'm actually working on the final chapter this weekend, actually. Can you message me it on Discord? No, because I completely forgot what it was. And I'm not just saying that. It was one of those had to be there moments. It's gone. So sorry. If I didn't say it on WriterSanctuary, it must have been something extremely dirty. So, what are you using to format your ebook? I'm going to look through Scrivener. I think Scrivener will let me export it, and it'll be dependent on what will work best with KDP. I've got my KDP account set up. I just have to submit the book, and then I've also got to submit my payment information. But I'm going to go through and see which one's going to work better. I just started the blog post about self-publishing today, which comes out tomorrow. And it's about finishing the book. And then, holy shit, at one point I had like 14 viewers. Well, sorry that I lost so many viewers. Anywho, there you go. So I'm going to... I'm gonna go through and see which will work better with Kindle, and then go from there. So I think Scrivener will let me do it all. Let's see, Nat Quest holders has a few pretty good action scenes. If you like horror or fantasy, check it out. It's on Mike's Wattpad. Yep, I follow her on my channel. Remember, it's White Paw because she changed it from Wit Paw. Hey Ron, you're alive. Angela, yes, doing things while listening to y'all. Yep, we let things run in the background. A lot of people do. I found a lot of viewers do that. Woohoo, thanks, Mike. 80%, buddy. You fill up your shots. Wow. I don't know if I could play with you guys. That'd be tore up already. Drambuie. So anywho, that wasn't even on purpose. That was accidental. So I almost did it again. Oh my god, you guys. Well, it is 10 to 9. If anybody has any... Oh, fucking gnat. Let's see. Check out Kindle Create to format your ebook. Maybe you can compare it to Scrivener. Okay, yeah. I definitely want to look at that because I might be done with it this weekend. So I'm going to be looking at all kinds of shit. So, what the hell? Oop, shit. Kindle Create. I'm not gonna remember this. I'm gonna lose this note. Kindle Create. I will take a look at it, Ron. I'm a pothead, not a drinker. Mental health issues. I can't drink, but I'm in Nevada. Weed is legal here. I'm in Colorado. It's been legal here for a while. But whatever floats people's boat. I agree. I I kind of wish that I could partake, but I'm one of those rare people who I might be allergic to it. Every time I smoke weed, I get sick to my stomach and nauseous, and it's bad. And so it's every time as well. So, but I do think it's a good idea that we legalize it. I think it's awesome that our first year of legalizing it here in Colorado, they pulled in more than $7 million in taxes, which went to schools and parks. And there's just so much that could be done with it. So I'm really excited. And I think it's funny as fuck because one of the biggest arguments that people had when we were legalizing it here in Colorado was that there's going to be way more DUIs on the road because everybody will be driving high. Like, apparently you'd never smoked weed before. Now, before I started getting sick from it, 1993 was a blur. The only thing I wanted to do was sit on Joe's couch and eat. There was no interest in driving anywhere. But what the kicker was is that first year in Colorado, not only did the DUIs for weed never happen, but DUIs in general, including alcohol, went down that year. So, something to be said, I guess, about people staying home and getting high. Keep them off the road. Next chapter on Michael versus the Gnat. Yeah, I'm telling you. So bastards pissing me off. I'm telling you, they must be coming back from the dead. Woohoo. Neo. And next up, watch the Gnat defeat Mike. Never happened. If you don't mind, give us your opinion on Scrivener and Kindle Create. Oh, I will. I plan on doing reviews on Scrivener relatively soon. It's going to be in a blog post first, and I'll probably do the video, and then I'll just embed the video in the blog. Maybe I'll do the video first. I'm going to do both, but I'm like, which one would be easier to format one off the other? But yeah, it's both. Scrivener's definitely coming, but I'll take a look at Kindle Create and see what it's like, because I love doing reviews. So, and I'm a big fan of like Grammarly, and I really like Scrivener. So, one of the cool things about Scrivener, especially when I'm doing despair, like Nat, if you don't know, I do an audiobook on WriterSanctuary on another YouTube channel here, and I essentially read my book as I write it. And right now I'm up to I just wrote episode 12. I got to record it and upload it. But it's a fantasy horror, a fantasy novel. And I'm trying to recapture the essence of the early 1900s radio shows. So I like put in a lot of background sound effects with it. And yeah, my voice acting needs work, but essentially I write about 2.5 pages per episode, and then I read it, record it, and then upload it to YouTube, and then I drop those in Wattpad as I go. So like in the Wattpad story, when you can either read it or watch it, or I guess listen to it. So I do a lot of that, and with Scrivener, I can keep track of all my notes on one screen. It's split in two, and you can have a note on the one side, or a pad, and so you can keep track of characters and locations and shit. And Despair is getting so big that I need a way to keep track of all the characters in it, because I'm going to be adding even more in the next chapter. So, so that I don't forget who the hell is who. I like Scrivener for that aspect alone. Kindle Create is free? Awesome. I'll definitely take a look at them. I'm a big fan of free. So, and Scrivener's only like $50. And that's not even a subscription. That's just $50 flat. So I'll probably still buy Scrivener, but I definitely will try out Kindle Create. And I'll see if there's any more that I can come across. because I want to have I would like to build a database or even a YouTube video or a blog post about like the best systems to use. And I'm not like other people where I'm just gonna, like, everybody else is talking about this, so it must be good. No, I try everything. If I don't try it, I don't write about it. So sometimes reviews take me a long time to write because I never get a chance to review shit. But I'll definitely check out Kindle Create. It's especially if it's connected to Kindle. So like, can you export it directly from Kindle Create to Kindle Publishing? I wonder. Have you tried? Does that? Do you know if it does that? DUIs went down, but pizza deliveries went up. Yep, pretty much. Everybody stayed home and was ordering, like, not just pizza deliveries, but like DoorDash. Should have bought stock in them a couple of years ago. Okay, I just thought of it. This is for one. Oh God, I need glasses badly. Okay, just thought of it. This is for one and for anyone that can answer. I still have. I think I've read on like Apple and Amazon. And I think. What's the other one? Oh God. Fuck. I have an account there and I don't remember. I have so many freaking accounts everywhere. I think so. Look into, I think. You know what? I want to write. What if I should take a screenshot? It'd probably help me remember better. Oh, you know what? I got a. Oh, I didn't lose any. What the hell? Oh, I dropped frames for a moment. Ooh, that's not good. Um, me. I'm going to look that up. I'll make a video about that. Copy and drop it into freaking Asana here. I'll make a. I guess I'll add it to blogging. Oh, you know what? I might as well look that up next week. Let's do. Since I'm doing 90 blog posts in 30 days, let's go ahead and add that to. Let's do it on Monday. I'll research that. That way I remember if you still have the ISBN. Because that would be the good thing to know, I think. It'd be an interesting topic, to say the least. At least for me. Yes, I believe that is true. I hope to upload my first ebook to Kindle in a couple of days. Awesome. So, yeah, I will definitely take a look at it then. I think I found an artist on Fiverr to do my cover. Cool. Have you ever thought about doing your own cover on... See, even in the video, I just saw the gnat fly through the light. It's like an orb. Trust me, my room isn't haunted. It's just that fucking gnat keeps flying in front of my circle light. Fiverr to do your cover. Awesome. I'm going to probably do my cover in Canva. I use Canva enough to where I think I'm going to buy the yearly subscription to it because I do use it for a lot of my videos. And I did the mock-up of the book cover and a few other things. So I'll probably wind up buying it. Oh, I missed it. Little bastard. But yeah, if you can get an artist on Fiverr to do your cover, that's awesome. Like I'm on Mom's book. That's my brother on my mom's book, so that's pretty cool. Wait, I didn't hear any of that. It was lagging. Say it again, please. I'm not sure what you missed because there was like, I dropped frames for some reason. Probably because I use Xfinity. But I'm going to do, starting Monday, wow, I'm having a hard time. I might have to close it down. Starting Monday, I will go through and see if I can find anything about your ISBN. But according to Apple and Amazon, from what I read, the ISBN should still be connected to your book no matter what. So, Angela, if the company is gone, then wouldn't the rights go to you? I think it's connected to the book. So, whoever has rights to the book, I think is how it works. But I will find out on Monday. So I think it'd be a good topic, I think. Angela, let's see. You'd think so, but it's been selling on Amazon, and I haven't gotten anything for it. Yeah, that's rotten. I think you gotta contact Amazon and like rip a new ass, because that's bullshit. Who put it on Amazon? Yeah, Tate Publishing. Yeah, and they bent her over a table on that one. So yeah, I'm sure we'll dive pretty deep into it on. Let's see, we're having Angela on in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks from today, Angela will be on the podcast. So we'll go dive into her issues and experience with publishing. I plan on self-publishing for the first few books, only to uh, see what it's like. I would love to have content, so it's gonna give me blog posts and videos. And who in the hell at Tate Publishing that doesn't exist had the nerve to put the book up? I think they were trying to sell it for. What it is that they owe her a ton of fucking money for the sales of this book. So I don't know how she's gonna get that. Hopefully, we can figure something out. But I will look it up on Monday, and I'll try to do a video, but doing this damn blog experiment, I don't know if I'll get a chance to. Either way, there will be a blog post about it. So as soon as I find out, I'll let you know. Maybe we can figure out how to get all your stuff squared away and yeah, get them out of it. That's a pretty rotten deal. So it would be 9:02 people. It is time for me to call it a night. If anybody else has any questions, comments, concerns, you can ask now or forever hold your peace, which is probably a good thing since my stream is like lagging. I don't know why. But like I said, it's Xfinity, so I don't think they need a reason. It just does it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for our new subscriber, Nat. It was interesting, and hopefully you'll be here with us on Monday. The Monday live stream is anything goes. Essentially, we're just winding down. I guess winding up a good week. So Monday's live stream is just shooting the breeze. So let's see. But if people are buying on Amazon, then should she receive money now? She should. The thing is that she's not. So I think we need to get some lawyers involved. Tate was my publisher. They ended up taking all royalties and stole hundreds of thousands of dollars, and all went to jail. Yep. Big thanks, everyone. Great chat. Thank you for stopping by, Nat. It was nice meeting you. Stop by anytime. I'm live Mondays and Fridays. Also on Tuesdays on a different channel, but bye guys, bye Patrick, great show, big thanks. You are welcome, Nat. Thank you very much for stopping by and spending time with us. Guys, have a great weekend. See you all Monday. See you guys. See you, Ron. Angela, I am mad for you. Oh yeah, yeah, Neil. It's a rotten thing, and so I'm hoping that maybe we can get some something squared away. I'll definitely look into the ISBN thing and see what we can do. But yeah, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, do so. I'm trying to remember how might take two. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Oh, I can't remember how my outro. I can't do my outro unless I'm actually doing a video. That's weird, huh? Have a good night, everybody. And I will see you. Oh, have a safe weekend. And I will see you on Monday. Monday at 7, same time. I want a boyfriend. And on that note, we're leaving. Have a good one, guys.